Hi YouTube, Extreme Trains here. This review is going to be the next one in the series, looking at wave 1 of the new All Engines Go push-along metal engines. This one is everyone's least favourite character, Nia, who I think in this series has not only redeemed herself, but I think this toy particular is really actually quite a nice one. So, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. Okay, here is the up close and personal on Nia's packaging. Interestingly, Nia has a trademark. None of the other engines have trademarks. There you go, Thomas, no trademark. So I don't know how they could trademark a name, especially a name like Nia. Like is it because it's not as generic as like Thomas and Percy? I don't know. I don't know many people called Percy. So I don't know how that works, but, you know, anyway, it is what it is. Again, you can see a picture of her up in the corner. Pretty much the same background. This is all the same. And that is on the back. Interesting again, though, that Nia doesn't have the multilingual name. So Thomas had all these different names. Nia is just Nia. So, yeah, go figure. I don't know what that is about. If anyone's got any insight into that, I would love to know. Otherwise, let's get Nia out of the packaging. Alright, Nia is out of her packaging. And again, my observation is she feels quite heavy. So, why are they spending so much love and care in making these engines when they really didn't put a lot of care in the show? I'm confused. Anyway, that's okay. It is what it is. Come around and have a look at the face. Again, I think the face here is okay. I don't love how they've used the grey for the outline of her mouth and her eyes. This is show accurate. But I think, again, it doesn't translate very well. It looks like she's wearing silver lipstick. When she's actually not wearing any lipstick in the shot. There you go, there's a picture there. You can see they're just meant to be her lips, but the way they've tried to define them has meant that it's just weird. And so that, I guess, is the problem with when you have to make these printed faces, trying to make things look 3D when it's not 3D, it's flat, is a bit difficult. And so I don't really love that. I think that looks a little bit weird. I'm glad we've still got this detail on here. It would have been nice if it was printed. Again, same with her, like, headlight is here, but, you know, they were printing here. Could they have not just printed a little bit of yellow? A little white dot on here would have been nice. Otherwise, Nia is, again, interesting design. You can see the smoke box goes, like, right back into the tanks, which is kind of accurate to the show. I don't think it goes quite that far in the show back. It goes to about, like, here. But they've obviously just done that to make the manufacturing of this easier. Again, we got that printed buffer detail. They've got the cylinders molded in here, which is a nice touch. Not necessarily what you'd expect. And you can see they've tried to approximate her wheels by doing this. So they've kind of made that gap in her chassis, and you'll see if you do a comparison, she is a little bit longer than Thomas. Not much, but just that little bit longer than Thomas, which allows you to create that kind of look of, you know, the wheel at the front and then the wheels afterwards. She's got the same detailing on the sides. Again, I think her and Percy look quite plain from the sides. Just because there's nothing going on down here. There's a lot of yellow or kind of orange up the top, a lot of orange down here, nothing else going on. No separate whistle for Nia, but she does have that separately fitted roof bunker piece. Again, you got the printing on the wheels with that pattern. Nia again on the bottom, and again with the TM. What's going on there? So yep, that is Nia there. If we do a comparison then to the other engines, we did a brief comparison to show that she's a bit bigger. But when you put them all together, yeah, it makes an okay set. Definitely looks cartoony. I will say that now, having, you know, multiple at once, you can really see that the vibe they're going for. They don't look like realistic trains. They do look like toys. You know, they look like toys. They look like toys in the show. They look very toy-ish and silly in this form. But I think in terms of, like, you know, consistency and how they all look, they do all obviously belong in the same set. And you can really see how crooked Thomas's face is when you compare it to Nia's. And Percy's is like crooked the other way. Yeah, so that is Nia. As I've already talked about in my other reviews, I paid about $5 Australian each for these, which is about what they sell for in Australia. So, you know, that's the same price that the original engines were, which you can see up the back there. So mileage may vary as to whether you think they're worth it. I think Nia is, again, fine. I think she's maybe a bit better than Percy in terms of not looking quite as weird. But I'm really put off by that lipstick situation. The grey lipstick is very strange. But yeah, that is my review of Nia. Don't have anything else to say about this one, so I won't drag out the video. Make sure you do cool things on YouTube. Let me know your thoughts about this model and this series more broadly. And, as always, thanks so much for watching. That's all we've got time for. It's Extreme Trains.